I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, I am talking to a emerging filmmaker. His name is Bryan Cook. I had the pleasure of working with him recently on a film called DOA. It is about a news reporter who was poisoned and basically sentenced to death while on assignment. And we're delighted to have Bryan as a guest today here on Spotlight. Bryan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
I enjoyed working with you recently. Tell the audience a little bit about what your film is all about.
Well, basically, it's about a reporter who was on duty trying to cover a crime, and the crime happened to him. And he doesn't know what to do about it, but he helps the station by filming it live, and the station is trying to help find this killer.
Yep.
And that's
It's
basically it.
it's an original idea, kind of based on an older film. Tell me a little bit about your inspiration.
I've been watching all this on TV about crime and how the reporters are covering it. And I figured a film should be made about them.
Sounds good. And you actually approached this in a very unique way. We did a lot of it via Zoom as a TV interview. Tell me a little bit about your inspiration for that.
Fox News, the news station, CNN, the news that I watch. I'm sure they cover a lot of stuff every day. Seems like a very honorable profession.
Yep. It is a fun profession. You stay on top of all the current events and you're involved with what's happening now. And that's always great. You kind of have a front row seat to history. You set the story in Dallas, Texas. Is that where you're from? Is that what you're familiar with?
Yeah, I was originally from Dallas, Texas. Yeah, yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Have you seen a lot of crime in your community recently, or at least on the news? Is that why you've decided to make a film about crime spiraling out of control?
Pretty much so. Yes. I just trying to they're the reporters are pretty much grunts trying to cover a war that they don't understand, and how can we solve this crime problem? Yes.
Absolutely. It does seem like it is out of control right now. And we address some of the political undertones as well. The fact that prosecutors seem to not be prosecuting people for committing what seems to be serious crimes. Is that your perception that there's a lot of easygoing judges out there, a lot of easygoing prosecutors, and it's making the job of being a police officer a whole lot harder?
Yes, I think it's a lot harder on police officers. I'm hoping that there'll be a change and I believe that all lives matter. Of course, African American lives matter and other lives matter, like Asian lives matter, women's lives matter, children's lives matter. But I believe all lives. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's time for equity for everyone, not just certain groups, of course. Tell me a little bit about your vision for this movie, and I think you're going to turn it into a series when you're done as well, correct? Tell me a little bit about your plans.
Well, I'm going to use this as a pilot for a series on Amazon Prime,
Mhm.
among other streaming networks. But I'm going to start with that, and I'm hoping to have you in the series. I'm going to put you in the series as the main guy, and you're the guy trying to hunt down Paula, Poison Paula.
Absolutely. I enjoyed working on the film. I would look forward to working on the series as well. And Paula Poison definitely seems to be a femme fatale. She seems to be an intriguing character. So I think you've got some interesting moments coming up in your series. I also think that you could actually flash back and take a look at Frank's life as a reporter prior to his death. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that we might do some what you would call go back in time stuff on that. Yes,
Yep.
some kind of backstory. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And tell me a little bit about your life now. You're doing some studying as well, correct?
Yes, I'm getting my doctorate in public administration. I'm having to kind of lay off of it now because I'm trying to raise money, but I off and on am trying to get a doctorate in public administration from North Central University. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Where are you based now? Where are you living now, Bryan?
Athens, Texas, south of Dallas, about 90 miles.
Okay, so you're still in Texas where it's good and warm. Sounds good. Have you seen many changes in Athens since you've been there?
Well, we've had an increase in the drug problem here. We're trying to get a handle on it, but a lot of the transients that's in drug addicts, they come to different towns, I guess, looking for you know suppliers or something, to
Abs-
buy dope from.
Absolutely. And a lot of it
That's that.
apparently is attributable to the crisis on the border as well, right? A lot of these drugs are coming over from Mexico and migrants bringing them with them, right?
Yes, yes, that too. There is a lot of fentanyl and all that kind of thing coming across the border. I
Yeah.
tell you, I'm gonna have to be careful. One gives me an aspirin for a headache. I say, "Oh, that's okay," but I appreciate it anyway.
Mhm.
You just can't trust anybody.
Yeah, you got to be careful out there for sure. Now, part of your film is based in Buddy's Bar. Is Buddy's Bar a real place or just something you made
No,
up?
I just made it up. Made it up.
Sounds like
It,
a
it
good place.
I didn't know what other name to call it. Heck, there may be a buddies bar. If there is one, I don't remember. I hope
Right.
I'm not going to be sued.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's an awesome name. It did seem like a downtown popular spot. I think you did a lot of great work on the film. Tell me what it was like working as an actor with me.
Yeah, it was great. I wish I had a full blown script prepared. I will for the next part of the project, the series. But working ad lib and improvising was real good. I appreciate you helping me out. And I did a little street performance a long time ago when I was a kid, so it
Mhm.
helped a little. But a polished script always helps, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I feel like you're a real natural. Improvisation isn't necessarily easy, but it also brought a unique aspect to your project where you had a basic outline. We knew where the story was going. There were different points on the plot that we had to hit, and we did. And I thought it was a great acting exercise, and I think the end result was pretty good.
Yes, I think so too. I think it came out real professional, real nice, and I think the audience will like it.
Yep, me too. Me too. Well, the name, and you're going to keep the title DOA, or do you have another title in mind?
I think I'll keep DOA. Why not? It is based on the old film somewhat.
Absolutely.
It is in the public. It's in the public domain, from what I understand.
Yep, yep. And it's different. It's inspired by DOA, but it's different. It's a unique new film. It is called DOA. It stars Bryan Cook, the
Yeah,
filmmaker, and also yours truly.
yeah.
And we really had a great time working on it. And are you working on any other stories right now, Bryan?
No, I'm just working on this right now. I've got other parts of this movie that I'm filming, and we'll put in our acting, in the parts. It'll be about 80 minutes when it's all done.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think that's a perfect length. You know, people can invest some time, but not too much time. And I look forward to the series as you progress more on this. Again, the name of the film is DOA. Bryan Cook, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you very much for interviewing me.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.